Hello everyone. This video deals with the chapter Scotland at the End of the 18th Century from the textbook English Social History by G.M. Trevelyan. As we all know that England is a country that is part of the United Kingdom which shares land borders with Wales to its west and Scotland to its north. And knowledge of Scotland is essential to understand the history of England better. First, let us see about Scotland, especially during the 18th century. Scotland was a poor rural agricultural country. Its population was 1.3 million in 1755. The union between Scotland and England paved the way for enlightenment. As a result, there was a great expansion of trade, which led to the increase in opportunity and wealth of the country. Next, we are going to see about the agricultural improvement that took place in the country. There was a revolution in the agricultural methods of the country. It was introduced across these highlands during the period from 1760 to 1850. The rung-ring system was replaced by larger enclosed farms. Rung-ring was a system of land tenure which was practiced in Scotland, particularly in the Highlands and Islands. Sheep farming became a profitable business at the end of the 18th century. Potatoes and vegetables were grown in the fields and gardens of the Scots. Roots and crops fed the cattle. New forests covered the hillsides of Scotland. Next, we are going to see about industrialization. There was some progress in the industries. There were sales of linen and cattle to England. The tobacco trade of the country was dominated by Glasgow tobacco lots. Merchants invested in leather, textiles, coal, iron, sugar, etc. The city was becoming a leading industrialist center after 1815. Linen became Scotland's premier industry in the 18th century. Scotland's natural resources in water power, black bands, ironstone, and coal set the foundations for mechanized industry. Next, we are going to see about the suppression of the fortify and social change. Fortify in social history refers to the Jacobite Rising of 1745, also known as the Fortify Rebellion, which was an attempt by Charles Stuart to regain the British throne for his father. There was the suppression of the fortify during the 18th century. And there was a great change in the life and society of Scotland. The Highlander and the Lowlander became one with regard to land tenure, education, and religion. The Lowlanders gained power in politics, civil service, the army, navy, trade, and economics. The landlords, gentry, and their servants were no longer under the parish control. The construction of the first roads in the Highlands was laid down by General Wade. As a result of this, crofting communities established. Crofting community, it was a traditional social system. Crofting was a traditional social system in Scotland, which was defined by small-scale food production. Justice and administration were royal and national. By 1880, well-to-do suburbans and new slum tenements established. All these social changes were due to American and West Indian trade, especially in the tobacco and raw cotton trade. Next, we are going to see about the fragmentation of religion or religious fragmentation. In 1690s, the Presbyterian establishment purged the land of Episcopalians and heretics, and they made blasphemy a capital crime. During the early 18th century, there was a fragmentation of the Church of England, which was prompted by issues of government and patronage. During the early 19th century, there was an evangelical revival, which was brought out by Dr. Chalmers. The early 18th century witnessed great change in the fortunes and spirit of the Episcopalian minority. At the time of the Union of 1707, the Episcopalians became a formidable body. The Episcopalians were considered identical with the Jacobites, or they were treated identical with the Jacobites. They were prepared to fight for restoration, especially for the church and for their king. They became loyal subjects of George III after the death of Jacobitism. The Church of the People, that is the Episcopalians, they formed the Church of the People in many parts of eastern Scotland, especially during Queen Anne's reign. The churches gained strength in the evangelical revival that took place in the late 18th century. Patronage was considered as a root cause of a long series of recessions of Presbyterian bodies. The restoration of the patronage led to the rise of moderate party in the church. To sum up, in the 18th century, there was a rise in the inhabitants of Scotland from a million to 16,52,000. The rise in population was an unprecedented one, like the rise in the numbers of the Englishmen to the rapid fall of the death rate. This was due to the outcome with the improved conditions of life and better doctoring. Hope this is clear to you all. Thank you for your patient listening. Thank you.